Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of your favorite Tuesday night podcast live here on the Sports Talking with JB Podcast Network. It's Sports Talking with JB, and I'm your host, JB. And the title towers are in full effect. The Bama gear is in full effect, and it's time to talk some football. Thank you guys for joining the show. My podcast partner DJ Seaway had a previous engagement. He may or may not be on tonight, but your boy gonna rock and roll and keep it going. Thank you guys for joining. I see y'all in the chat already. Y'all know what to do, and y'all know where we at. Please hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and share this to your people. Yes, indeed, man. I'm going to get to the chats in just a minute. We got a whole lot to talk about tonight, right? And I'm going to try to keep it so we won't go too long, but we got to talk Alabama for sure. We're going to recount Iron Bowl. We're going to talk about the SEC championship. We got Georgia once again. Also, we got to talk about this college football playoff mess. The rankings just came out. I just got a minute to look at them, but I'm going to go through them with you guys. And we got to talk about the coaching carousel, preferably Lane Kiffin. So thank you guys for joining tonight. This podcast network is sponsored by none other than Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz. If you're in the market for a new Benz, pre-owned vehicle, or you're just strolling and want to take a look at the inventory, go to jackingrammercedes.com or visit them in person at 217 Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, Alabama. Your home, your local dealer, if you're in the Montgomery, Alabama or surrounding areas. It's December, it's Christmas time. Buy that later a new Benz. Come to Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz, proud sponsor of the Sports Talking with JB Podcast Network. Now, got that out the way. We're going to get to rolling with the tide in just a minute. But we got to talk. I think I want to start this thing off with college football playoff talk. Now, let me hold off. First of all, I want to congratulate this young man, Mr. Andrew Body, for winning Offensive Player of the Year in the SWAC Conference, the quarterback for Alabama State. Big congrats to him, man. All of you people that watch the Black and Gold show and all my Alabama State content right here on this network, you know how I feel about Andrew Body and how I feel about my Hornets. This is basically it's like winning SEC Player of the Year, right? With a SWAC conference. And he's up for HBCU Player of the Year, which is an award, the Walter Payton Award that's equivalent to the Heisman Trophy. So shouts out to Andrew Body for that. Had to give it up for him. Now we can get to the good talk. All the Bama fans in the chat, I see y'all. Shouts out Nick Beasley. Welcome in. Cat Pool. What's up with you, Cat? Welcome back. Thank you for joining. I see some more regulars in the chat for sure. There go Tiff. Shouts out to her. Shouts out to Sanquinetta. Mimi. Everybody in the chat. I see MP. Shouts out to MP in the chat. Welcome everybody, man. It's a family affair. It's a family affair, the chat, man. For sure. So thanks everybody. Now, let me get back to my other screen. All right. So I don't know what I want to start with first. Like I mentioned, there's a lot to talk about. Let's do this right here. Matter of fact, let's do this right here. Because I still got to get into grasp of what I just saw with these rankings and whatnot. And I got to explain a few things to you guys as well. But what I want to do first is let's talk briefly about the Iron Bowl, right? I want to briefly talk about the Iron Bowl because, yeah, we got the job done. I like this one a little better. No, that's the SEC championship. I'm sorry. Here we go. All right, so let's talk about the Iron Bowl real quick. Bama got the job done, right? They won the game. It wasn't pretty at all. It wasn't pretty, not by a long shot, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody saw this game. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, so to speak. But y'all know what happened, just like I know what happened. Alabama played a bad game, but somehow, some way, pulled off the victory 27-20. You see it right there. Shouts out to the young man, number 1, Isaiah Horton, player of the game, 3 touchdowns. We call that a hat trick where I'm from. Ty Simpson, he had a pedestrian performance, but all in all, he toughed it out and he got the dub. Bama's defense, man, saved the day. We got turnovers. Bray Hubbard, man, he's always somewhere making something happen. He's always around catching an interception, forcing a fumble, right? Deontay Lawson, man, always recovering a fumble. But those guys played very well. And, yeah, I mean, it's the Iron Bowl. It's the Iron Bowl. So this was expected. I know I got on my soapbox all last week saying Alabama would lose the game. Now, I did not pick Auburn to win. I said Auburn was going to win. That's a difference in saying Auburn was going to win. And by the way, in me saying that, I won me a few ducats from a couple people I work with because I put that out in the atmosphere and I caught me a couple lame ducks that wanted to bet with Auburn. So I took the bet. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all know I'm rocking with Alabama through and through. I'm going to pick Alabama every time against everybody. But I'm a realist. This was a moment where Alabama could have folded, right? We could have folded everything to gain. Auburn, nothing to lose, right? I mean, everything to lose for Bama and gain at the same time. Because had we lost this Iron Bowl, we would not be going anywhere. We will not be playing in the SEC championship. We will not be going to the college football playoffs. So, with all that being said, we handled business. But once again, let me move this graphic. Look at the title, Unfinished Business and More. We have unfinished business. And that's where it comes to the SEC championship I want to get to. Now, saying that we have unfinished business and we beat Georgia already, that was regular season. It means nothing right now. The only thing that meant is that Alabama won the regular season SEC. We are the number 1 team when it comes to the rankings in the SEC. So if you go look at it right now, at the end of the season, Alabama is right at the top. Even though we have 2 losses, but forget about the Florida State loss. That's out of conference. We're talking about any conference. We beat Georgia. Georgia only lost to Alabama. So this is where we are. This is the rematch. And, you know, we've done this before. We've done this before, right? We played Georgia twice. Played in the SEC championship. It was BTA. Went to the Natty. We lost. So let's not do this again. You know what I'm saying? Except this time, it's still an SEC championship. So I'm not going to minimize the SEC championship. It's not the Natty, but it's the SEC championship. We're in a position where we may have to see these jokers 3 times. We're in a position where we win this game on Saturday, they're still going to the playoffs, win or lose, because they only have their 1 loss. Meanwhile, Alabama has 2 losses. We lose this game, it's questionable, right? Because we don't know what the committee would do with a 3-loss Alabama. I have my thoughts on that I will share in a minute. But keeping on track, I just feels like Nick Saban said this last week before the game. Saban said Bama needs to win 2 games. Iron Bowl, SEC championship, to solidify their spot in the college football playoff. I've heard other people like Herb Street after the game says, after Alabama won the game on Saturday night, Alabama has solidified their spot in the playoffs by winning the Iron Bowl. So you see where it can be mixed. You see where people can look at this and say Alabama's already in the playoff. You can also look at this and say, man, if Bama lose, they got 3 losses. How you going to put a 3-loss team that doesn't win their conference in the playoff? So you can look at it both hands, right? Glass empty, glass full, whatever you want to look at it, half empty. So I'm riding with Nick Saban. I say we need to win this game. I see we need to win this game. I'm not worried about. I don't want to do this. We did this last year. We had to sit there on Sunday morning after I told everybody on Saturday, a week before. You guys remember, I told everybody that Alabama will not make the playoffs if Clemson beats SMU. I said both teams were going to get in. And by golly, both teams got in. Alabama got left out. So it just makes sense that we have our feet to the fire right now. Alabama has their feet to the fire. We pulled it back a little bit because we beat Auburn. So it's not close to the fire. You still feel the warmth right now. It's warm. So to completely get out the fire, we have to knock off Georgia once again. And you know it's not hard. I mean, it is hard. Speaking of fire, this is a fire picture right here. I love that picture. Now, Kirby has yet to beat Kalen DeBoer. He's yet to beat him. He had a hard time with Nick Saban. We know that. This is not Saban's team anymore. This is Kalen DeBoer's team. So, both teams are really up against it right now. But I would say this, Georgia has really nothing to lose because they're still going. If they lose, they have 2 losses, both to Alabama. So what can you say? We beat everybody else except Alabama. That's all you can say. But in Alabama's case, we lost at home to Oklahoma. We lost to trash Florida State team that's not going to a bowl game. And we will have lost to Georgia. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? Looking at it that way, it's iffy. It's iffy. So we just got to take care of business. Exactly, man. Take care of business, man. I see y'all in the chat. But I just had to get all this out. We got to leave, no doubt. Go ahead. Beat Georgia. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. It's not. If we play like we played on Saturday in the Iron Bowl, we're going to lose by 2 touchdowns. We can't play like that. We can't. No way. You just made me laugh, Kat. I want to say, I'm giving you my condolences. I saw your comment, and I'm going to give you some condolences for that. And then you just made me laugh with this. That's why we love you, Kat. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Yeah, this is definitely for sure. I feel like it's a must win for Alabama. I do. I really do. I didn't do rolling with the tide. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, we already talking about the tide, right? So it's only right. It's only right for me to do my segment. I like to call rolling with the tide. Yes, indeed. We are rolling with the tide, ladies and gentlemen. To roll with the tide in your own fashion, your own living room, wherever you at, when you got on your Bama gear and you rolling with the tide, just like JB, just like Seaway, just like everybody that rocks the Title Tower. Go to whitwillsports.com. It's right there. That's the website. Get you a Title Towel. I keep mine on me, right? Had mine for 6 years. And it's still fresh. It's helped me soak up rain. It's helped me soak up some tears when Alabama loses, which we don't have to worry about that because Alabama ain't going to lose no more. But I'm just saying the Title Tower is very multi-use. Very multi-use. So go to whitwillsports.com and get you one. Now, we are officially rolling with the tide. I want to do this right here. Let's look at these conference No, before we look at these conference championships, let's go ahead and pull up the top 25. Here we go. Let's pull up this top 25. Now, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to this channel too. But this is your top 25. They just dropped this about an hour ago, whatnot. Bama's number 9. So, if you guys remember, we were number 10. We beat a bad Auburn team. We go to number 9. Notre Dame we jumped Notre Dame. Two reasons. Notre Dame does not have a conference. They will not play for a conference championship. Alabama should have already been above Notre Dame. So I feel like they got this right. I see no problem with this. I see absolutely no problem with this, right? I see Ole Miss is at 6. I would probably put Ole Miss at 7 and A&M at 6. I probably would have done that. I don't know. I probably would have put both of those above Oregon, to be honest. But none of this is going to matter after Saturday, right? None of this is going to matter after Saturday. So y'all take a good look at this right now. Y'all take a good look at this. I want to show something. Let me pull up this other one. Here we go. All right, so this is the bracket if it started today. If this was the end and we had no more games to play, this is what it would look like. But we all know things are subject to change because we have big matchups this weekend. So looking at it like this, Bama will have to go to Norman, Oklahoma. That's just hypothetically. That's just how we're looking at this. You'll get A&M and Notre Dame again. Rematch. You got 2 rematches. You got 2 rematches right there. You don't really want rematches in the playoff, but when you get teams, when you get 5 SEC teams and you get like another 3, 4 Big Ten teams, you get teams that have already played each other and they only have like 1 loss or 2 losses, you're going to get rematches. You're going to get them. And they thought that it was going to be easy. They thought it was going to be easier to put a playoff together when they went to 12 teams opposed to 4. It's harder. It's more difficult now because you saw it last year when you had Bama, South Carolina, and did you have Bama, South Carolina, and Ole Miss all sitting out? And then you had a SMU who lost that conference championship get in. Then you had the 3-loss Clemson get in because they won the conference championship. But you had 3 SEC teams sitting with 3 losses without a conference championship, feeling like they got screwed. So you're going to get backlash no matter what. No matter what. And looking at these rankings once again, let me go to these rankings one more time. And I'm going to show you guys something. So the ACC championship will be between number 17 Virginia and an unranked Duke, right? Now, if Duke wins the ACC championship, they're probably getting the top 25, but they'll probably be like 25. Now, you looking at teams like North Texas, Tulane, James Madison, JMU right there. They got conference championship games. Let's say, for instance, Tulane wins their conference. They will be ranked higher than a Duke. The ACC could get left out of the whole equation because it's not. They changed the format, ladies and gentlemen. They changed the format. It's not the conference winner of the Power 4 conferences, meaning Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC. They don't get the automatic bid. It's the highest ranked 5 conference champions. The highest ranked 5 conference champions. So you got the Big 4 conferences, Power 4. Then you got the Group of 5. And let me put some light. Let me shed a little more light on this because I want to enlighten people who don't know. So the Group of 5, G5, these are the conferences the AAC, that's the American Athletic Conference, Conference USA, the Mid-American Conference, that's the MAC Conference. You got the Mountain West Conference, then you got the Sun Belt. So the conference champions of those conferences, you're looking at Tulane right here. You're looking at Tulane and North Texas play each other. Both of those teams, I think, got one loss or whatnot. You got James Madison, who only has one loss. They're going to beat the brakes off whoever they play in the conference championship. So you're looking at these teams are all ranked higher than Duke because Duke is not on here. Duke has 5 losses. But some kind of way in the ACC, they had a 5-way tie, and Duke was the team to play Virginia. Miami dropped the ball. They lost the 2 conference games, but somehow they lost the tiebreaker. I don't know exactly how all that mess goes in the ACC. All I know is that this is the ACC conference championship game. I'm about to look at I'm about to show y'all right now. There we go. Let me show y'all right now. All right, so these are the Power 4 conference championship games. You got Duke Blue Devils who aren't even ranked in the top 25. Virginia's down like number 17. The rest of these teams are what, top 10 teams? I think BYU is what? What was BYU? Let me go back. Okay, BYU's number 11. Okay. But the rest of them are top 10 teams. Now let me go back to this. So I feel like the first game is going to mean so much. BYU and Texas Tech play first. Big 12 championship. Let me make sure, though. Let me make sure. I believe they play at 11 o'clock. Let me check my sources before I get on here spewing things and be wrong. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, that's Saturday. Now, Friday, you got Troy and James Madison, right? Troy could possibly upset James Madison and win the Sun Belt. But Troy won't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They got 4 losses, right? But James Madison is 11-1. So, and they're ranked in the top 25. So they probably won't have a chance to go because you're looking at a North Texas and Tulane who play each other on Friday night. Either one of those teams that win will be in the top 25. And those teams will be above a James Madison or a Troy, right? Then you're looking at Saturday. The first game on Saturday, you got BYU, who's number 11, and you got number 4, Texas Tech. So the committee putting Texas Tech at number 4, it means something. You know what it means? It means if BYU beats Texas Tech still going to the playoffs. You haven't seen a team drop. You haven't seen a team drop from number 4 completely out the top 12. You haven't, and it won't happen. So them putting Texas Tech at 4 is pretty much what you call it. Pass, go, collect 200. It's not like a get out of jail free card. It's even if we lose, we still go to the playoff card. When you're ranked number 4 and you lose the conference championship, because they already beat BYU. They beat them real bad in the regular season. They BTA'd them. Now, BYU suddenly wins this game. And I'm about to tell you, I'm about to drop a bombshell on y'all now. I'm about to drop a bombshell on y'all. Remember what I said last year when I said the ACC wanted both teams in the playoffs. They wanted Clemson in the playoffs. They wanted SMU in the playoffs. Because guess what? Money talks, BS walks. And I told you guys exactly what was going to happen in that game. I predicted the finish to the T. I said Clemson is going to let SMU, well, they're not going to let SMU win. I said Clemson is going to win, but it's going to be a walk-off field goal, and the score is going to be 27-24. I called it. You can go back. You can go back and look. I called it right before the game on the Tuesday night before that game was played on that Friday night or that Saturday night. I told you guys the score, the walk-off field goal, and what Dabo Swinney was going to do. He got on national TV, and he said them boys belong in the playoffs. And the committee put them in the playoffs. Watch for the same rhetoric this weekend. Now watch. BYU in a tight game. Knock off Texas Tech. They're going to the college football playoffs because they will be the conference champion of the Big 12. Texas Tech still going because they number 4 in the nation. They're number 4. They're not going to fall all the way down. They're not going to fall all the way down. Yeah, check the receipts. I guarantee you, if BYU beats Texas Tech, they're going to get 2 Big 12 teams. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to knock somebody out. That may knock off. And let's go back and check this now. Let's go back and check this. Watch. Y'all got to follow me now. Follow me what I'm saying. Follow me. Let's look at it like this. BYU's going to jump in the top. Texas Tech not going to fall off. It's going to knock somebody down. It may knock Notre Dame out. That's why Alabama needs to win, because if Alabama loses, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. And people saying they're not going to punish Alabama for losing the conference championship, well, that may be true. But if teams below Alabama start winning the conference, BYU, they're going to get in the playoffs. They're going to get in the playoffs. Notre Dame is a team that is in the way because they don't have a conference championship to win, right? They have 2 losses to teams that were ranked, but they hadn't played the resume that Alabama has played. So Alabama's resume pretty much speaks. Alabama's resume is the reason that they will get denied over Notre Dame. But you have to be mindful of what the committee said when they said the highest ranked, 5 highest ranked conference champions will get automatic bids. That means the other 7 slots are up for grabs. They can put any other team in those 7 spots besides those 5 highest ranked. And let me pull up the bracket again, once again, and let you guys see that. I'm going to let you guys see that right there. They're going to put whatever teams they want, but you have to put the 5 highest ranked conference champions. They get automatic bids. The other 7 teams are at large. They're at large. So whatever they see fit, if they feel like Alabama played Georgia in a tough game, they lost, they may still put Alabama in. Notre Dame may get left high and dry because guess what? They can look at it as Alabama is playing an extra game that we will be in the playoffs if we didn't have to play this game. If we didn't have to play, we will already be in the playoffs. It's showing you right there. But for the simple fact, we're playing an extra game. Georgia's playing an extra game. So if somebody loses, they shouldn't be punished. Because guess what? We're playing a game, and we earned this throughout the season. We were the top 2 teams in the SEC. We earned this game to play for the conference championship. So why would you punish us for playing for our conference championship, beating each other up, and the game is 23-20? The loser is knocked out of the playoff. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And I heard Texas people talk. Well, Texas has a better resume than such and such. But come on, Texas, you got 3 losses. You lost to Florida, right? Yeah, you beat Texas A&M. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo, you beat them. That was a great win. You beat a top 3 team in the country. But guess what? You lost to Florida, unranked. You lost to, who else did they lose to? Georgia beat the dog crap out you a few weeks ago. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. And then you lost to Ohio State at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I feel you. And Sark was like, why do we take these tough games if we're going to get punished for them? Well, that's why you play the games. That's why you play the games. But all in all, we're not sending a 3-loss team that doesn't have a conference championship in the playoff. Unless it's Alabama. Unless it's Alabama. Now, you would have a better argument if you went to the conference championship, right? And you lost. That's the argument Alabama would have if we lose on Saturday. Hey, we were the number 1 seed in the SEC all season. We was at the top of the SEC. Texas, thank you. Because guess what? Y'all helped us be the number 1 seed. Because y'all beat Texas A&M. So Texas, you roll our backs into the playoffs a couple years ago. When you came to Bryant-Denny, you got the win. And you took Florida State's spot. Because let's be clear, Alabama did not take Florida State's spot in the playoff, in the 14 playoff. That was Texas. They beat Alabama. Alabama beat Georgia. Alabama was a conference champion. Texas was not. So they feel like we got the same record, but they beat Alabama. We can't leave them out if they beat the SEC champion. That comes to now. So now if you look at it, Texas, you don't really have no weight. You don't have any weight. Texas, yeah, you beat Texas A&M. You're the only team to beat Texas A&M this year so far. But you got 3 L's in your win-loss column, and that ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly. Not this year. No way, no how. And that's why Texas is at 13. It don't rise like that. If you see a couple teams lose on this right side, this top 13, don't think Texas and Miami just gonna rise up in the top 12 in the committee's eyes. It's not gonna happen like that. It's not gonna happen. Texas Tech lose, they're not going far. Georgia lose, they're not going far. Indiana lose, they're not going far. So let's look at it like that. You have to look at it like that. The only team you really have to worry about is if Alabama loses. That's the only questionable team in this whole equation, if Alabama loses. Now let's go back to these conference championships. I talked about Virginia and Duke. Virginia wins, they're in. Duke wins, ACC may not get a team in. So expect Virginia to thrash Duke. Expect it. No way the ACC is going for Duke winning the ACC championship with 5 losses, because they're not going to get in the playoff. They're not going to get in the playoff. Right? Don't say that, Efron. Don't say that. Because Clemson beat SMU last year. They got both teams in. Remember I said that. Get 2 teams from your conference, guaranteed spots in the playoffs. That's more money for the conference. BYU wins, they're in automatically. Texas Tech loses, they're still in. So just look at it. Then you're looking at Ohio State, Indiana. Both teams are in, no matter what. This is Indiana's chance, though, to show they belong. They've got some big wins this year. They've been at the top of the ladder all year. Mendoza has looked great. Julian Sand has looked great. You can look at this game. All the people who vote for the Heisman are going to be watching Ohio State, Indiana, because guess what? The Heisman winner is coming from this game. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Simpson's not going to win the Heisman. He's not going to win the Heisman. Marcel Reed is not going to win the Heisman. Jeremiah Smith is not going to win the Heisman. Diego Pavia is not going to win the Heisman. The Heisman Trophy winner is going to come between Julian Sand and Fernando Mendoza. One of those guys are going to win the Heisman. Good question. They're not going to fall too far. They already got them ranked number 2. They won't go down. They probably go to 5 or 6. They won't go too far. They won't. We saw that. So they already got in mind who was going to make the playoffs. Trust me. This committee, they have to do their dirty work in the middle of the week to set up for chaos this weekend. You got to set up for this chaos, right? Another question from Chris. If Bama wins, where will Bama and UGA fall in the final bracket? Bama will be above UGA, meaning Bama is going to get a bye. They're going to get the SEC, one of the top 4, possibly. And Georgia is probably going to go on the road and play. That's simple. They're not going away. They're not going away. So, I mean, that is what it is. It is what it is. And yes, if from above OU. Yeah, OU beat us. That's true. But we win in the conference, it don't matter. It don't matter. You can beat us in the regular season, but did you make the conference championship? No. Did you win the conference championship? That matters. That matters. So that's what we're going to see. For sure. For sure. I think Bama will be at least top 5. At least top 5 if they beat Georgia on Saturday. So picking these games, I'm picking Alabama. I'm going Bama. I don't know how. I don't know how, but I think Bama gets the job done. I do. Because they got to go out there with the same mentality, right? We Alabama fans, look at this and say, man, we have to go out here with this attitude that we can't lose. We can't go out here with the attitude that Kirk Herbstreit was like, yeah, after Alabama won the Iron Bowl, they're locked in the playoff. No. We can't do that. Because if you go there, that's a loser mentality. That's a loser mentality. You can't do that. You have to go out there with your feet to the fire. Listen to Nick Saban. Nick Saban said, Bama, y'all need to win 2 games. Listen to them. Because that's the mentality you have to have if you're going to be a champion. If we're not backsliding in the playoffs like that, right? We didn't backslide in last year. They may hold us out again. But if they hold us out, be prepared for Greg Sankey and Greg Byrne to wage war on the College Football Playoff Committee. Because they said we want the best 12 teams. So is it the best 12 teams? Or is it the most deserving 12 teams? You have to pick. Because you can say, yeah, this team won the conference, they deserve it. Well, this team only played 2 ranked teams. They beat the 2 ranked teams, but they lost to a couple. No. Let's say the team only played 2 ranked teams and they lost those 2 games. But they beat up on everybody else. Notre Dame. Let's say that. If that happens and they get in, but Alabama, the number 1 seed in the SEC, goes to the conference championship, plays an extra game that Notre Dame doesn't have to play because they don't have a damn conference. They get in. Alabama loses. They don't get in. All hell's going to break loose. I can tell you that now. I feel like if that happens and Alabama gets left out, they're going to reevaluate the whole thing. Alabama may pull themselves in the SEC, may pull the whole conference out of the whole college football playoffs as a whole. Or they may make Notre Dame join the conference. Something's going to shake. Something's going to shake if that happens. Just watch what I'm telling you. Watch what I'm telling you. Something's going to shake. Just be prepared for it when it happens. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be wild. But like I say, pay attention to BYU Texas Tech. Pay attention to that game. I don't think Duke's gonna beat Virginia, so I'm picking Virginia in that game big. I think Ohio State's gonna beat Indiana. I don't know. That game's gonna be closer than you think. It's gonna be closer than you think because Indiana actually has a good defense. They do. So I got Alabama, Ohio State, Virginia. And I'm picking BYU for the upset because I want some chaos. I do. I want some chaos. So yeah, for sure. The sky's gonna fall. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna be mad. Sark can cry, complain, do all that he wants to do, but Texas is not getting in. No way, no how. Try again next year. Why can't the Heisman ever go to? I don't know. Devontae Smith won the Heisman. He won it. I mean, Jeremiah Smith is good, but he's had some games where he wasn't so good. Devontae Smith had the best season that a wide receiver can have when he won it, though. Yes, and Travis Hunter won it for sure. He did. Absolutely. So it can happen for sure. But this year is going to be either Mendoza or Sam, because we really haven't had a dominant player. You can throw Jeremiah Love in there for Notre Dame because he's been running crazy. But, bro, who have you run crazy against? Who have you run crazy against? You know what, Efron? I agree with that take. Vandy is better than BYU. I don't know about Texas Tech, but Vandy's a good team. They're going to be left out, too. They're going to be left out, too. Hey, hold on. They can make a 2018 playoff and always have a problem. Thank you. Go back to the computer. Because you know what the computer going to do? They're going to favor Alabama every time. Hey, the computer love Alabama. I tell you that. They got mad because the 14 playoff Alabama was always in there. You can't get mad. Can't get mad, man. We are Alabama. It's the Alabama Invitation. Now, we didn't make it last year. Now, y'all got us last year. This year, you're not going to get us this year. I think we get in. Because if we don't, they're going to have to burn it down and start it again. You got to burn it down and start anew. Because you cannot leave out the ultimate, the number one franchise in college football history, the Alabama Crimson Tide. You can't leave us out. But who knows? We got a lot of haters on that committee. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for rolling with the Tide with your boy. For sure. We still got a lot to talk about. I'm not really going to talk about no NFL because I got a big topic coming up. But I want you guys to please hit that like button. I want you guys to please subscribe to this YouTube channel right now. If you're watching us live, you're watching the replay. And I want you to share it to your people, man. College football is crazy this time of the year. That's why you need to come on Sport Talk with JB and see what's going to happen. See what's going to shake up. Now, let's do this right here, man. Before I get to my next topic, we got to pay some bills. And y'all check this out, and we're going to come back and get to some good stuff.
Sports Talking with JB is sponsored by Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz, since 1959 serving the greater Montgomery area, from C-classes to GLEs, and everything in between. Visit them at 217 Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, Alabama. Come test drive a new Benz today. At Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz, it's time to love what you drive.
Yes, indeed. Time to love what you drive, man. Shouts out to Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz, proud sponsor of the podcast. Yes, and add some green to the chat. Join the group, baby. Yes, sir. Shouts out to Mimi G, man. Shouts out to everybody who has joined this channel. We do a lot of Bama State content. It's the off season. I'm about to be working extra hard because we got transfer portal opening up. We got recruiting, signing day, basketball. We got a lot going on, man. We got a lot going on, including college football playoffs. But speaking of a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where y'all been at the past 3-4 days, 6-7 days. But, ladies and gentlemen, shouts out to Lane Kiffin. Shouts out to Lane Kiffin, man. New coach for the Louisiana State University Tigers. Yeah, that's how you say it. Tigers. like Coach O. I can't say it like Coach O. But Lane Kiffin, ladies and gentlemen, tried to hold Ole Miss hostage over the weekend. Right? He tried to hold them hostage. That's exactly what he tried to do. You can't, it's no way around it. So the man already had this in place. He had this in place, right? Yes, he did. He'll get on there and say, I don't know what my contract is. I never do anything for the money. I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, in the back of the room, shouts out to Jimmy Sexton. Shouts out to everybody that's made this happen. All that. And you are one of the highest paid coaches in college football. You get all the NIL money you was talking about for your players. Hell, they even paying your college football playoff bonus that Ole Miss won't pay. Right? Huh? All of a sudden? But I don't know how much my contract going. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the paperwork. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. If it ain't about the money. Now, you can look at this both ways. Two ways. I'm going to look at it at both sides of the spectrum. If I take a team and I uplift that team, that program, and I do what I do I deserve a raise? You damn right. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't Lane Kiffin get a raise when Nick Saban retired? Did he get a raise when it's only a couple years ago? I don't know. I maybe, yeah, he wanted the Alabama job really bad, but Alabama didn't want him. I don't care what nobody say. Don't listen to the noise. Alabama did not reach out to Lane Kiffin because if they did, he would be coaching Alabama. They don't want Lane Kiffin. The fans may want him. Alabama don't want Lane. Nick Saban sent his ass home in the middle of the playoff, on the way to the championship. Nah, we don't want that. Like I always say, he's a great coordinator, great offensive mind. Head coach, I wouldn't want him to coach my kid. I wouldn't want him to coach my kid. Nah. But anyway, let's not attack him personally, because people have been attacking Lane Kiffin personally all week long. You know, quit on this team in the playoff. Yeah. Yes. You are absolutely right. They would have matched the offer. So putting that out there is saying I didn't go for the money. I went for the betterment of myself, the betterment of the kids, because it's more NIL money at LSU than at Ole Miss. And it's a legacy over there. Ole Miss ain't got no damn legacy. Ole Miss ain't got no championships. For not since I've been born, not since most of everybody been born. I think they probably won championship back in the 40s or the 50s, but I don't know. Lane Kiffin ain't doing nothing but following the coattails of Nick Saban, Les Miles, Coach O. You just trying to do what Brian Kelly couldn't do. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I like laughing at Cat's comments. But, all in all, can you blame him for leaving for the money and to a better situation? It's the way you did it, Lane. It's the way you did it. Like, now, I know I've seen a lot of people. I've seen both sides of this. I've seen people say Lane Kiffin got a track record. And yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Tennessee. You know what happened at Tennessee? You know what happened at USC? Left him on the tarmac. Hey, find your own way home, brother. You ain't going with us, right? And had to come to Coach Saban's rehab, be the OC, rehab himself. Then he went over to FIU. Right? Did well. Then he got his big job at Ole Miss. And I would say that he done brought Ole Miss from the abyss to the promised land, but not quite. because he never got to the promised land. This was the best chance for Lane Kiffin to get to the national championship. Hell, this was the best chance for him to get to the SEC championship. But what did he do? Like he always do. He fumbles the bag in the big moment. The biggest game of the year, Georgia. You had a lead, 11-point lead, 12, whatever the lead was. You lost the fourth quarter 17-0, and you lost the game. And guess what? Georgia going to the SEC championship with the same record Ole Miss has. But guess what? We beat Ole Miss. So guess who's going to the SEC championship? Them Bulldogs. Guess who didn't have to play Alabama this year? A team he could never beat while coaching Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin. Guess who had a cakewalk to the SEC championship? All you had to do was do what you did last year. Beat Georgia. Something Alabama's been doing. Even without Nick Saban. Katie the boy still beating Georgia. All you had to do was beat them. 2 years in a row. Could you do it? No. So that's the reason that he was on bended knee this past Saturday night, just like everybody else out there, watching the Iron Bowl, but he was watching it for his own selfish reasons. He already knew he was going to LSU. You don't come up with contracts. You don't come up with taking all the coaches for the coaching staff. You don't do backhanded recruiting. You don't do all of this stuff in the 25th hour and not having your mind what you're going to do. He already knew he was going to LSU, ladies and gentlemen. He just had to wait to see if Alabama would lose to Auburn. So Ole Miss will play in the SEC championship, and he wanted to coach in the SEC championship. That was his main concern on Saturday. They told him after the Egg Bowl, we need an answer from you, brother. The Egg Bowl was on Friday. 24 hours later, it was no answer. So, well, I think I'm going to have a meeting on Sunday with my team. What? We said 24 hours after the Egg Bowl. The Egg Bowl was Friday. Now it's Saturday. It's 24 hours plus. Lane, what you going to do? I haven't made my mind up. That's bull jive. That's some bull jive. Lane Kiffin had his mind made up probably weeks ago. They won't tell you this, but a lot of things go on. The agents talk. Jimmy Sexton is the best of them. He got everybody paid. Now, it could be money here and there, whatever. Might be a few million here, a few million now. You could have got more. So what? You knew you were leaving Ole Miss. You just didn't want to announce it until you found out that, man, maybe Alabama going to lose to Auburn. I could go to the SEC championship. I never been to the SEC championship. I could win an SEC championship. And you know what that would have done? That would have boosted his legacy. He would have had a statue built in Oxford. If he would have won the SEC championship and went on to win a national championship and then leave them boys after the season. But what he wanted to do, and I don't blame Ole Miss, the athletic director, I don't blame him at all. He wanted to coach the team in the playoff or whatever. Hell no. Get out of here. Matter of fact, leave the dog, because Juice is our dog, property of Ole Miss. So leave Juice. Take your clothes, your coat hangers, take off. Matter of fact, we're going to roll it out there. We're going to roll it out there in the street. They had the man clothes in the streets. They said Lane was for the streets. I'm not lying. It's on social media. I'm not lying. Yeah. I'm dead serious. Left Juice. He had to. That's Ole Miss dog. That's Ole Miss dog. That ain't his dog. He didn't bring Juice with him. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me sum this up. I don't blame Lane Kiffin. I don't blame Ole Miss. I blame the circumstances, right? I blame the circumstances. No, Juice he ain't at the shelter, man. He in safekeeping. I think he had Ole Miss. Somebody else got him. That's Pete Gold. That's Pete Golden Dog now. Hey, that's Pete Golden Dog. And shouts out to Pete Golden. Hey, shouts out to Pete Golden, man. Pete Golden. If Alabama don't make it, I'm going for you. If Alabama don't make it, I'm going for Pete Golden. I want Ole Miss to win. I do. Let me take a swig of water. Ooh, what? It's hot in here, ladies and gentlemen. It's hot. It's hot. Tim, you crazy. All right. No, but check this out. Shout out to Pete Golden, man. I hope Pete Golden, if Alabama somehow doesn't make the college football playoff or we don't make it, I hope Pete Golden. I hope Ole Miss wins the national championship. And guess what? If they do, that's going on Pete Golden's resume, not Lane Kiffin. Because you, my friend, Lane, you're not working for Ole Miss. You no longer work for Ole Miss. So that's not your team. That's officially Pete Golden's team. Yeah. So he gonna lead the ship. Now, the first person in the D1 era to head coach 3 different SEC schools. There we go. Hey, man. He waiting on that Alabama job still. Stop. Kalen the boy is not looking over his shoulder. Kalen the boy, I feel like, especially if he wins his SEC championship and goes to this playoffs and does very, very well, Kalen the boy is safe. Lord forbid, if Alabama wins a national championship, he getting a statue out there. He getting a statue out there with Gene Stallings them at. Yes. Gene Stallings got one championship, but guess what? He got a statue. Let Kalen the boy win a national championship this year. I guarantee he gonna get a statue out there, outside right now. Yep. Only year 2. And only year 2. But yeah, this man making history now. Lane making history out here. So I'm gonna go from team to team to team, and I'm gonna get this bread too. Yeah. Oh, that game next year, they're gonna have to have the SWAT team to protect Lane when he come back to Oxford next season. Because the game is in Oxford. The game is in Mississippi. What's up, TJ? Thank you for joining, my brother. Yeah, we good. We good over here. We good over here for sure. Hey, I ain't got no issue. But all in all, man, like I say, I don't blame Lane. I blame the system. The system is messed up, man. You got no time, right? It's a lot of coaches who had to leave their team. I saw, what coach was that? Tulane coach? Something wrong. I saw him get the job at Florida, put on all the Florida stuff on Monday. Turn back around the day he got on Tulane stuff. He done switched. He done flip-flop from one day to the next, dripped out in Florida gear, doing the Gator chump off the plane, turned right back around with the Tulane gear on, finna get ready to coach in the conference championship. See, that's what you do to a respectable coach. That's a respectable coach. Lane, we got no respect for you, buddy. You trying to have your cake and your pie and eat it too. You want that old Lane Kiffin. No, brother, because what's going to happen, what was going to happen, he was going to poach them players. He's already taking coaches. You're not finna gut our team, bro, from the inside out. We're not doing that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he gonna need the National Guard for sure. Hey, we do need Coach Saban. That's commissioner. And Josh, yeah, old Pate State. That's a good combination right there, Cat, for sure. Hey, all jokes aside, because they be saying some good stuff, for sure. I appreciate everybody, man. Hey, stop this. He ain't changed the team like he changed the draw. I hope not, because I hope he don't change the draw there 4-5 years. I hope not. But all in all, man, More power to you, man. Go get your bread. Hey, shouts out to Auburn, though. They got them a coach. Oh, Alex Goulash. I think he's Russian, I think. But he did a great job at USF, South Florida. Played Alabama tough 2 years in a row. But he is now the new head coach at AU. Over there at Cal College, over there at Opelika. He the new coach at Opelika. Now, I talked to some Auburn fans. I've been hearing mixed reviews about this, right? Now, I can tell you on good information, this was not their first choice. I can tell you that this was not their first choice. I think John Summerall was their first choice. A lot of the kids and a lot of the people close to the situation thought DJ Durkin would have a possibility, a high possibility. If he would have beat Alabama, he probably would have had the job. But he didn't. So here we go. We got Alex Goulash. To me, this is Harsin 2.0. I hate to say it. It's Harsin 2.0. Brian Harsin came from a school that really wasn't expected to do much, and he was doing good things over there, right? Same thing with USF. They were not expected to do much, but you uplift those guys, you get the most out of those guys, and you build a nice little resume. Goulash was also OC at Tennessee for a time. But I think this job may be a little bit too much for old Alex. I think so, because there's a lot of expectation when you put on that orange or blue. You got to compete with the crimson and white, baby. You got to compete with us, not only on a yearly basis, but on a daily basis. You got to recruit against Alabama, right? You got to feel this roll tide in War Eagle. I said War Tide. Damn. You got to feel this roll tide in the War Eagles. You got to feel it. If you don't feel it, you won't fulfill it. If you get what I'm saying. If you don't feel it, you won't fulfill it. Auburn hadn't beat Alabama in the 2020s, in the decade. They hadn't beat us in a decade. Six years, six straight. So next year, listen here, man. Hey, that's a good comment right there. That's a good comment. Durkin, come on over here. Nah, we don't want you. We don't want Durkin. Shouts out to him, though. But at the same time, I don't know, man. He may be a little bit in over his head. I expect Auburn to lose some players in the portal. They may get some. He may get some in South Florida players to follow him. No, I hear rumors out there. I don't know what Deuce Knight gonna do. Deuce Knight seemed very upset. He lost his not the general manager, but the guy he was close to is going to be the general manager at Boston College. I don't know anything about it. I don't know, but I just know Deuce Knight seemed to be upset on social media about that. But that's neither here nor there. He's got his hands. He's got a lot on his hands. This is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You got to compete with Alabama. You're in the SEC. Everybody's getting better. Everybody. And boy, if you roll out with another 6-6, 5-7 season, they may give you a pass year 1. But you get to year 2, you're going to be looking at Brian Harsin all over again. They're going to be looking at it. And I can already see it. I already see it. I don't think this is good. But I could be wrong. He could go out there and go 10-2 next year and lose the Iron Bowl and lose to Georgia. But ain't none of my business. I just talk about what I see, right? And what I see is a coach that was probably the third option that got the job for Auburn. But good job, little brothers. Y'all got y'all a coach, and you didn't take too long. So good job for you guys. Let's hope it works out. But you don't want to see Alabama next year. I can tell you that. You don't want to come. And he got to come to Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Keep that same energy, SEC scheduling committee. Make the Iron Bowl a night game at Bryant-Denny, please. Next year. Do that. Y'all thought y'all was slick this year, making the Iron Bowl against a team that ain't had nothing to gain or lose in Auburn against a team that had everything to lose and make it at nighttime on the cow pasture in that place that's haunted, like Nick Saban say. And we still came out on top, baby, because that's what Alabama do. Nah. Yeah. Y'all can go ahead and put an L in the loss column for Auburn in the Iron Bowl next year. He not coming to Brian Denny. You can just look at him. That's the look you're going to have next year. That's the look you're going to have majority of the year next year. Yeah, especially the Iron Bowl. Make it at night. Make it at night for sure. They better return the favor, man. Y'all don't do us like that. We need a night game in the Iron Bowl in Brian Denny. And speaking of Iron Bowl, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I treat everybody. I told everybody Auburn was going to win. I did. I told everybody Auburn was going to win. I was like, man, I don't know. But at the same time, when it came to Saturday night, I had on my crimson and white, and everything was all right. And we got the job done. So that's all I got. I think I took a lot of time. We ain't gonna talk about no NFL, but I got one. Hold on. Yes, we are. Hey, any Saints fan? I'm sorry, Cat. I'm sorry for all the Saints fans that may be watching. You have been eliminated from playoff contention. The first team eliminated from one of. I ain't gonna say the first, because there's some more teams out there eliminated. But one of the first teams eliminated from the NFL playoff. Hey, the picture is funny though. Who would come to the game dressed like this, bro? What you supposed to be? All right? What you supposed to be? Yeah, I know some Saints fans was in here. Caught y'all slipping. Yeah, for sure. They about it up. Hey, Mimi, your Giants about it up too. I just don't have the graphic. I ain't got no NFL teams. So I can do this all night, all year. I ain't got no team. Tom Brady ain't in the playoff. Now, that's it though, man. So let me show y'all this NFL stuff right quick, because I feel really good. If y'all want to stick around for a few minutes and let's look at this NFL. Matter of fact, let's look at the standings right now. Because boy, oh boy, look at the Cowboys. Man, look at the Cowboys. Yeah, boy, they right there. They catching up. Philly is on the downswing right now. They lost 2 games in a row. Cowboys done won 2 in a row. It's shaking up right now. Detroit done lost a few games. Cowboys and Detroit play on Thursday night. Just imagine the Cowboys running the table. Imagine the Cowboys overlapping the Eagles, winning the NFC East. Boy. Hey, I'm dead serious. I'm being dead serious. It can happen. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all my picks. Hold on. But just look at it. Now, 2-10 Saints, 2-11 Giants. They out of it. Arizona, they done. Minnesota, they hot garbage. So you got some teams that's done. Oh, and the Falcons. Look at the Falcons, 4-8. They're trying to keep hope alive. But when you lose to the Jets, that's it for you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for sure. Cowboy doing their thing. I'm speaking facts right now. The numbers do not lie. Y'all are looking at the numbers right here. Yeah, Terron is out for the season, Tiff. So who's gonna stop CD besides his hands? Because you will see them drop sometimes. Who's gonna stop CD and George Pickens in that secondary? No Terry Arnold. Who's gonna stop him? Man, the Cowboys gonna go crazy on the line, man. They gonna go. Yeah, shout out to Bryce. They coming. And I'm going to go out on the limb and say they're going to overlap Tampa Bay. Yes, they are. So let me just go ahead and pick my conference winners. Give me the Cowboys in the East. Give me, I don't trust the Bears. I still don't trust the Bears. Give me Green Bay in the North. Give me the Rams in the West. And give me the Panthers in the South. Yeah, that's my team for real. Bryce, I wish I had my gear. It's in the closet. But yeah, Bryce, I'm riding with Bryce for sure. And the Cowboys. I'm riding with Bryce and the Cowboys. Yeah. Now, AFC. Oh my goodness. I did not know Tennessee was 1-11. Lord have mercy. They are definitely eliminated. The Raiders are eliminated. The Browns are eliminated. And the Jets. I would say Cincinnati, but they got a little glimmer of hope. Just a little glimmer. But look at the Chiefs. Man, the Chiefs, it's going to be hard for the Chiefs to get in the playoff right now. Boy, it's going to be hard for the Chiefs to get in the playoff for sure. You like that Bears in the round? I don't know about that, Elfron. Know about that. The Bears been cooking, though. But I just don't trust them, man. I don't trust them. But, yes, the Panthers are my team. Yes, Bryce. Just for Bryce, for sure. Yeah, just for Bryce. Yeah. Nah. Shedeur, no, they're not going to well. They ain't going to well. They just this is Shedeur time to get some reps and to show that he belongs. But the Browns ain't going no damn well. They going to the drawing board and trying to see who they're going to draft for the first round. Now, AFC, New England is running away with the East. I told y'all week 1, watch out for them Patriots, watch out for them Broncos, and watch out for them Colts. Elfrom, your Colts falling off a little bit, but I still think the Colts got what it takes. Now, Houston is a team you need to watch. Houston they've been cooking lately, right? So I think, to be honest with you guys, Houston can overlap the Jags and the Colts because the defense is outstanding. C.J. Stroud finally got his mind right, and he's playing better. Now, it's going to be real tight. It's going to come down to the last week. We only got like 4 weeks left, 5 weeks left. So, Broncos are going to win the West. I don't know if the Chiefs makes the playoffs. I think the Chiefs have to run the table. They can't lose any more games. If they do, they're not making the playoffs. It's just too many other teams that's better. Look at the Chargers already beat them. Broncos already beat them. So I don't know what happens. Looking at the Steelers and the Ravens, that's a toss-up. It's going down to the last week. And Cincinnati got an outside chance. They just got to run the table. But it's going to be real tight, man. Dolphins are done too. Dolphins ain't going nowhere. They've been winning lately, but they're done. Yeah. Seahawks is a problem for sure. They are a problem. Hey, Kat said she's still mad at Sean Payton. But it is what it is. It's going to be a good NFL playoff for sure, man. We're going to see some teams we normally don't see. It's going to be really great. Big games coming up. Thursday night, you got Cowboys and the Lions. I would definitely be tuned in for that. I'm picking the Cowboys, by the way. And then you got a good, is that a Sunday night? Got Houston and the Chiefs. You got the Texans and the Chiefs Sunday night. And then you got Monday night, you got the Eagles and the Chargers. A lot of games with playoff implications this weekend. A lot. So make sure y'all tap into some NFL along with the SEC championship game. 3 o'clock Central Time. 3 o'clock Central Time this Saturday. Alabama and Georgia. I think it's going to be a good, close, tight game. And I think Alabama going to come out on top. So I appreciate y'all for joining the show, man. I'm about to get up out of here. I think I done gave y'all a lot of my time tonight, and we done covered a lot. You know, shouts out to my podcast partner, DJ Seaway. He will be back next week. Now, I may do something special on Sunday. I'm thinking about it. I may do something special on Sunday, or I may just hold off. But we got to do something when the committee announces these rankings on Sunday morning now. They're going to announce these rankings on Sunday morning, and they're going to announce the playoff field, I believe. They're going to do that on Sunday. So, y'all just stay tuned. Just stay tuned and just lock in. Lock in with me. Y'all know what to do. You know, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. become a member. We have memberships. I got some special things in the works for the new year. I got a birthday coming up. My birthday is not this Monday, but next Monday. So I'm getting a little older. But we got a lot going on far as off-season things for college football, Alabama State. It's a lot going on, man. I'll be here all night trying to tell y'all. But I really appreciate y'all. Mimi, you couldn't have said it in the better. Everybody have a great rest of the week. I appreciate everybody for tapping in with your boy. Next week, C-Way will be back. I'm your boy, JB, man, the host of Sports Talking with JB. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace, God bless, and y'all have a great night.